certainly, producing in 3D, I like to say that I had black hair about 2 years ago. It's a challenge. When we started in 3D, there wasn't much out there, as you can imagine. We basically put 3D into Google and we started from that scratch. There's no precedent for this. There were no camera systems, there were no rigs, there was nothing. So essentially I was very lucky in that the only things I think the first thing I read about 3D was James Cameron giving an interview about working on the early stages of Avatar, and he said, don't worry about the 3D, concentrate on the storytelling. So I was very lucky in that I found a colleague. His name is Paul Nicola. He's a genius when it comes to 3D and stereo films. He designed the camera systems. We used silicon imaging cameras. Obviously you have to use 2 cameras. We adopted or adapted them to our tracking rigs, our crane rigs. We built at least 5 different 3D rigs, because as you can understand in this film, we're doing everything from like a grub underground in 3D, which was extremely close, through the toad on the ground extremely close, into grand vistas. So we had to have many, many different 3D rigs. Look, what can I say? I mean, I got embarrassed and I couldn't even ask the people who were working with me what sort of hours they were doing during the day, because I was lucky in that they embraced 3D, but in embracing 3D, in our situation, where there was no precedent, it just meant a lot of people really not only embraced the challenge, but spent 14, 16-hour days to accomplish what we've done.
What did you edit it on?
We edited on Final Cut Pro. We edited on just whatever the latest version of Final Cut Pro. We edited in 2D. We had a 40 terabyte RAID array system in the editing rooms in Mullumbimby. Edited 2D. We locked off in 2D. And then it was literally very late in the process that we then took the other eye. So in other words, we edited on left eye, 2D, one eye, and then very late in the process we then conformed all the similar sync files from the right eye to the left eye. So then we had stereo left and right eye channels of vision that then made up the film. We posted the film, we graded the film in Sydney at Cutting Edge. We aligned the film in our studios in Mullumbimby. We did a final alignment in Sydney. And then we sent all of the files, I think on the 12th of December, we sent them to Weta Digital and Park Road Post in New Zealand, which is Peter Jackson's facility. And they created their first, what they call a 3D DCP, which is essentially what the film exists on. It exists on a very small hard drive. A DCP is called a digital cinema package, which is the sort of the media that we now load onto the projectors and the servers, which is then projected by the digital projectors onto the screen, and hopefully the projectors don't go down. Hi.
So you weren't able to test the alignment as you went?
No, we did. We converged and we set everything up as we went for complete stereo. Every shot had to be charted. So we charted every single shot, which meant, like, we aligned everything as we went. So in other words, we made all the decisions in the field, and then we did a final pass very late in the piece. Can we look forward to chickens in 3D? Yeah. I think I've paid my homage to the chicken. One more question.
I just wanted to find out since I left your show, and I would like the rest of my family to be able to see it. So do you see it put out there?
Do I see it put out there? Of course. I'm not too sure when and how. This is new technology, and it's transitioning. The distribution media for these films are transitioning all the time. Every day now we're finding out about new technology that will be broadcast TV, 3D TV ready, iPhone apps, all sorts of things. So we're really forging out there and being very innovative with this format. And as you know, Avatar really was a juggernaut. It was a fantastic film that really opened up the 3D distribution channels. And so we're just at that stage where we're showcasing our film at the moment. So we should have some announcements to make about where it can be seen in the future very soon. Thank you very much indeed.